The big threat for wild dogs now is rabies.
Rabies is transferred from animals, for example the dog, to human beings through a bite, through a scratch. Very high percentage is transferred through saliva of the animal.
The importance that the local community place on this exercise is very encouraging, because not only will their dogs be protected against rabies, but also the people themselves, and of course, the animals.
And basically the whole program entails vaccinating dogs and cats against rabies.
Healing animals is part of healing the world, because animals, especially companion animals, they heal people. You heal people, you heal the world.
On this week's episode of Wildlife Warriors, meet Simon Lima and his team of conservationists as they work tirelessly to preserve one of the world's most endangered animals, the wild dog. Laikipia County is home to one of the most endangered predators on earth, the wild dogs. But 3 years ago, the 21 packs crashed, leaving just one individual, Phoenix. Within months, she had pups, creating a new pack that became the icon of wild dog recovery in this area. I'm back at Impala Research Centre to meet the scientists to find out what they've learned about how to prevent future collapses of wild dogs and what needs to be done to secure their future. I've come here to meet Simon Lima, who has been living with wildlife since childhood.
1, 2, 3 over. 1 over to pile.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, Paula.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Great.
Yeah,
How are the wild dogs doing?
the wild dogs are doing well. We have one big pack here at Impala. That's the Phoenix group, which comprises of 14 now.
Nice.
Before there were 22, but they divided into 3. So other group has 4 each, and they are now in Loisaba. But the Phoenix group is just in one of the rocks here around Impala. She is very, very pregnant.
So when do you expect the pups?
Anytime from today onwards.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So can we go see them?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. I last saw the Phoenix pack when I came here 3 years ago, and I'm excited to see them again. This part of Kenya is so vast, and it's made up of many different conservancies, which these wild dogs can move freely between. The place we're going to, is it a good place to find them?
It's a high place where you can get the signal, both that side of from Kenya and this side of Impala. This time of the day, they are just resting under the trees, and when you find them resting, the alpha male and the female, they are just they are on their own, and the other one are just in a group.
Using his radio equipment, Simon is able to monitor the movement of the wild dogs and see when they come close to local communities. The dogs have collars that ping back a signal to Simon's radio controller. But because they can cover a lot of ground, getting sight of them can take time. Is that a ping?
Yeah,
Wait, so she's actually here?
this direction, very close.
Wow, it's amazing. We didn't really hear her for quite a while.
Maybe it was on a den. Now it's out because the time of hunting is on.
That's incredible. So we finally found Phoenix, the alpha wild dog. She's down here, she's over a ridge, hopefully with her family. It's too late for us to go and look for her now, but we'll be back in the morning to continue the search. still there?
Yeah, she's still there.
Wow. So she's somewhere behind that pylon.
Yeah.
I don't see anything. I'm trying to see if I can actually spot her, but she must be, I don't know, do you think she's denning? She's been there for 2 days now.
Yeah, maybe so. You might go and see what's going on. Felix is the alpha female. The question now is where will it den? We have 3 places here at Mbala, Mkenya, and neighboring ranch, Mesaba, and Chololo Ranch.
We've just been told that a wild dog has attacked a cow belonging to the local community, so we're off to investigate.
From what I know, I've never heard of the wild dog attacking the cattle or scratches.
Seems really unusual for wild dogs to go for a cow.
Yeah, it's unusual.
Which animal would scratch a cow?
Lion, leopard, they do scratch the cows. But once we meet the community, we'll find out what happened. If the wild dogs come from one conservancy to the other, they cross the community land. Once they cross the community land, because there's no plenty of food of them there, and they find goats there, sheep, they definitely go for them before getting to the neighboring conservancy. So there comes a very, very big fight between the herdsmen and the dogs, because they won't starve to death. They have to use those goats as their meal for the day. Ilikuwa umbwa ngapi hivi?
Tunajua yani dhana ulisana wao kwa sababu yuko hapa ndo nyumba hapa.
Sawa. Sawa. Kupenda.
These rangers have just directed us to where the cow was attacked, and we must now get there before the community try to retaliate against the dogs. Asante! Pastoralism is one of the most important aspects of the Samburu life. They believe that cattle are a gift from God, and they move from land to land in search of pasture.
Rajo, jambo.
Jambo.
Mzuri kabisa. So wale.
Jambo.
Tumekuja kupata kwenu. Tumepata habari ya kwamba kuna ng'ombe imekuliwa na sian. Nako anapara utoltoki sian. Aramisi. Ajaba. Tomon.
They've seen many.
Yeah, they've seen 10 of them. Then wakachika ng'ombe kwa wapi?
Kuju ya milima.
Oh, so the wild dogs got the cow on the top of that hill?
Yeah, on the top of the hill. Then he scared it with their clothes. It was very hard to believe. When I got the report about that the wild dogs had attacked the cattle, it was very hard to believe it. I thought it might be the leopard or lion has attacked the cattle. So we had to go there to investigate and see what happened. After observing it, I really found that it was really a wild dog. And this one now is bringing some sense of danger there, because we don't know what will happen onto them, because the community, they are feeling bad because their cattle was attacked by the dog.
It's really unusual that wild dogs have gone after cattle in this area. They are known to go after small stock. But going after a cow, we didn't think it was true until we spoke to these herdsmen who said that it happened on top of that hill up there, and they actually witnessed it with their own eyes. About 10 wild dogs in a pack attacked this cow from behind, biting it in a very sensitive place, leaving it so badly injured that this cow is unlikely to survive. It's very worrying. If wild dogs are going after livestock like cattle, which is really the mainstay of the economy of these people, they may retaliate against the wild dogs. And that's the last thing we want to happen. This wild dog pack is amazing because it's new. It's not one of the known packs from this area. And so it is also very vulnerable. It's really important that we do everything we can to make sure that this pack is safe, and at the same time, the people are protected against any further attacks. When the wild dogs come into the community, they must be interacting with domestic dogs.
Yeah, once they come out of the conservancy where they have plenty of food, crossing to another conservancy, They go through the community land and where they have cattle, goats, and so they attack the goats and the cattle. This is where you find the wild dogs getting the rabies from the domestic dogs. Of course, once they go and attacking their cattle or goats, they have a fight there. So they go biting each other, and that's where they most get the rabies.
What can be done to stop the wild dogs from getting rabies?
You have to meet my friend Joseph.
Simon drives me to meet his colleague Joseph Putunoy, who coordinates the Wild Dog Project based at Impala Research Centre. As part of that work, Joseph heads the program for vaccinating domestic dogs against rabies. I've been spending time with Simon Lima at the Impala Research Centre tracking wild dogs. Today, he's taking me to meet his colleague Joseph Putunoy, who heads up the program for vaccinating dogs against rabies.
It is already 6 a.m. in the morning. Vets are in the lab, picking all the stuff in terms of luggage items that is going to be used in the field in the course of the day. This includes from the fridges, we have the human vaccines, we have the dog vaccines. We have all items in terms of dog chain, dog muzzle, the sanitizer, the vaccination cards, ideally all items that are going to be used in the field. And immediately after this, the teams will do their quick breakfast, they rush into their vehicles and off we head to the field.
Today's the day, and we're heading out south to a place called Gobit. It's a small town, I'm told, where there's a community waiting with their dogs for vaccinations.
It is a crazy long distance, it is a long drive, and we expect to begin by around maybe on average 9 a.m.
How many dogs do you think will be brought today to be vaccinated?
Maybe we may on average get 2 to 250 dogs per team, which gives us around 1,500 in total per day.
1,500 dogs?
Right, that's our expectation for the day. In some crazy busy areas, like last week in Uburuti, the team did close to 5,000 dogs in just a single day. So basically I expect a good turnout again today. This is the assembly point whereby we send each respective vehicle to each particular vaccination center. And vets are ready, we have collected volunteers, we have collected elders, and each team is now headed to the right center. Okay. So basically what we expect from now is jabbing of the dog. Yeah.
I can see there's a guy up here with loudspeaker.
Right. That's the guy who does the publicity and of course letting people bring their dogs and cats to us. So in a few minutes from now, you will hear the loudspeaker making noise to all of us and of course to communities around.
Tunakwambia ni ile ahadi tulikuahidi, inakuwa ni safi. Mungu ametujalia siku nyingine, afya nzuri ametupa, basi inakuwa ni siku ya kumpa mbwa wako afya nzuri. Basi mwananchi tunakwambia ni hapa Marina Center, vile tulikuahidi, ni siku ya mbwa wako upate chanjo, ni siku ya mtaka wako apate chanjo. Basi nakwambia ni chanjo ya rabies ama ile ugonjwa tunasema kichaa cha mbwa.
Rabies is transferred from animals, for example the dog, to human beings through a bite, through a scratch. But mostly it is through a bite because from the research we've done with our vets, they show that a very high percentage is transferred through saliva of the animal. So if a dog bites you, the rabies in it is transferred to you as a human being through the saliva. And that is why there is a high need to make sure domestic dogs are vaccinated every year because their pets will live with them and there is a very high chance to kids playing with them, human beings playing with them would transfer the disease either through a saliva, through fight, that kind of stuff. I'll give a case study of the pastoral setup. These are people who entirely depend on herding livestock and goats. They do the herding in the wild and they do the herding with their domestic dogs. In the field, they may encounter wild dogs that are just roaming in search of food as well. And the reason why people use their domestic dogs in the field is to guard the goats from being eaten by not only the wild dog, but by many other predators. And if an encounter is found between a domestic dog and a wild dog in the field, definitely if one of them has the rabies in it, definitely through the fight, it would be transferred. Eventually in the evening, our domestic dog comes home with the goats. This domestic dog eventually lives with the people, interacts with the people, it's even hugged by the people, and through such kind of interaction, it transfers the same to the human beings. And this cycle continues, even leading to death, because it has no cure for human beings.
I thought I'd seen everything until these dogs arrived in style, on a motorbike, wrapped in an old cement bag, with all their puppies in another bag. Who would have guessed that this is how you bring your dog for a vaccination? In a way, it shows just how important this day is for the people in this local community, that they will do whatever it takes to get their dog here to have its vaccination. Anne Wamai works with Simon and Joseph. I was totally blown away by her passion for canines.
Women are gentle. They are gentle beings. And in this conservation, I think we need gentle souls, because it's not just about let's protect the wildlife. Why are we protecting them? And do we have an emotional connection to protection of that wildlife?
Do you know what the breed is?
I thought it was a Spitz at first, but then I saw the face. It's like a cross. Don't bite me, sorry. Healing animals is part of healing the world, because animals, especially companion animals, they heal people. You heal people, you heal the world.
We managed to vaccinate over 1,500 dogs today, and everyone is very happy. Tomorrow, I'm back on the road and I'm going to try and track down the wild dogs that I last saw 3 years ago, the Phoenix Pack. I've spent the last few days with Simon Lima trying to find the group of wild dogs known as the Phoenix Pack. And finally, we're getting close. Wow, they're just down here. When I last saw this pack of wild dogs, they were just pups. I can't believe how they've grown. Phoenix?
Yeah.
So this is the famous group.
It's a famous, yeah, it's a famous group comprising of 4 males and others 10 females, so total of 14.
That's a successful group.
Yeah.
Wow, I can see she's very swollen. How soon before she has those pups?
Only some days. It won't take more than 1 week maybe.
Wow, so she's just about to have those babies.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Is this the group that was attacking the cattle?
Probably not, because the group was of 10 individuals. And that one maybe came from Samburu, because they were not here before. The group that we know is that before Phoenix had, it was in a group of 22, but 8 of them went out of the group. And they divided again into 2 groups, 4 of each. And all of them are in the central part of Lesaba, and they are just here.
The wild dogs are all sleeping. It's nearly noon. It's very hot out here. They've already been hunting. Their bellies are full. They need to rest. Simon, what are the main threats facing the wild dogs?
The main threat facing the wild dog is scarcity of food. And because of that lack of food, they go and attack the cattle, goats. And that's where the conflict comes from. And also, the disease, like 2019, most of them died because of the disease.
The wild dogs are extremely vulnerable to diseases like rabies and distemper. And that's why the rabies vaccination campaign in this area is so important. The vaccination will be affecting all the communities in this area, vaccinating every single dog and cat. And that will ring fence the entire landscape for the wild dogs and protect them against diseases like rabies. This is really important because the wild dogs are one of the most critically endangered predators on Earth.
What's happening now is that they are waking up, homing up before it's time to go. And you saw the alpha male is just up, standing, and you see the young one now going around with the mother, warming up. So once the mother agrees to move, then the hunting will start on.
Is the alpha male is the one with the torn ear? Is
Yeah.
that right? He's quite big compared to the others.
Yeah, and you see that the others don't go to him. They just go to the mother, around with the mother, and he just stays alone. Oh. So he keeps distance. Maybe it's a sign of respect.
One of the privileges of working in conservation is being able to observe wildlife in its element and witness natural animal behaviour. Despite their predatory instinct, it's a delight to watch them playing together. Now they're moving.
Yeah, now they have made a decision. See a move.
Okay, let's follow.
That's a wise decision now they have made. They will go this way, to the right. Yeah. They usually go against the wind.
This is really exciting to see the alpha male and Phoenix herself working as a team. He goes out with the younger ones, shows them what to do, comes back to Phoenix, who's very heavily pregnant, and he makes sure that she's okay. And she's walking along the road. He's gone off back down into the bushes down here. You can't actually see any of them right now. But we know that they're moving fast, and any animal in this area is in danger. Wild dogs are formidable hunters. They can run 70 kilometers an hour and roam across large areas of more than 1,200 square kilometers. And even though they're smaller than lions or leopards, they have a higher success rate when it comes to killing prey. That was so exciting, Simon. My goodness, where have they gone?
They have gone hunting.
So it's wonderful they've come to Loisaba. There seems to be a lot of food here for them.
Sure, there's a lot of food, and also denning. It will be very easy for them here. Plenty of food. There's river close, dams.
I could see that Phoenix looks really healthy, and the alpha male, he seems to be really careful, taking care of her, coming to check on her. He's a really caring parent.
Yeah, just like people, husband there or the man there is there to cater for the family. He is there to protect Phoenix and trying to take all necessary protection for her.
Right. It's just amazing to see Phoenix and her family out here hunting in Loisaba. They've crossed the river from Impala. There's plenty of food around here. They're all running over these hills, and it looks like she's ready to have her pups. Any day now, she'll probably choose a den in this area. And her family are out hunting to make sure that she'll be well fed and taken care of. Though wild dogs look superficially like domestic dogs, it's the differences between them that make them so vulnerable. They require large tracts of land and very healthy populations of prey in order to survive. In fact, the presence of wild dogs in this landscape is an indicator of the health of this entire ecosystem. But the real Achilles heel of the wild dog is their vulnerability to diseases like rabies and canine distemper, which are carried by domestic dogs. That means that saving the wild dogs in this landscape requires the combined efforts of many different partners, from the landowners like Impala Ranch and Loisaba, to the communities who own the neighbouring properties, the county government in supporting the rabies vaccine campaign across this entire landscape, and all the vets and volunteers who participate in this effort. If we're going to save Africa's wild dogs, we need many more wildlife warriors. If you want to help our amazing wildlife, why don't you start a Wildlife Warriors Club in your school? To learn more about this program, please visit our website